Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's live webinar. I'm your host, Dr. 𝗘𝗃𝗲𝐻, and I have two special guests today. Although we were waiting for our Rob Trent, he could not join with us, and we will bring him when he's available. So today it's a very special program for us. It's Christmas special from AccessAdvisr, GenZ Marketing, and Toucan Diversity. And you know that last 1 year, we have done several lives with AccessAdvisr and as well as Toucan Diversity to talk about their work and talk about how they are contributing to the local people, local community, and creating huge possibilities for disabled people and as well as less able people and for the community specifically, because you know that each disabled people is linked to non-disabled people as well, their families. So working in this field creates possibilities. It creates significant contribution to local economy as well as all other socio-economic boundaries. So today we have our special guest, Anna-Marie Asghari, and she is the director of Toucan Diversity. And we've been working together for such a long time now. And we brought this program to talk about specifically what we have done and what we are planning for the future. Anna-Marie, how are you today?
Oh, I'm fine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me today. It's a pity that Rob is not with us right now. I'm the director of Toucan Diversity, and I'm really excited to be here today with you.
Yes, I think Rob just messaged me. So I'm sending an invitation link to him to join these events. That's good, because we were a little bit worried about Rob, because he's always punctual, he's always on time. So that's a good thing. So Anna-Marie, I just wanted to ask you a little bit about yourself, about Toucan Diversity, to set the scenario.
Toucan Diversity is a disabled people-led organization. We are based in Portsmouth, but we're working really nationwide now with with the digitalization, with online training, but also our online portals, which have got no geographical limits as such. We have a whole range of different training modules, from disability equality training, which is our flagship, inclusive employment, and then we have got awareness training sessions like autism awareness, sight impaired awareness, and also invisible disability, and then deaf awareness too. So those are our in-person training modules, and then in addition, those sessions can all be delivered online via Zoom. And then our portal has got a whole range of different courses. So what we do and where we differ is we build the own websites, for the company. So it's properly designed and branded for their needs, and whatever kind of course they would like to have on, we put it on that platform. So that's what we basically do.
Thank you, Anna-Marie. And we just got Rob. And Rob, how are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Well, that's a different link to the one you sent me. So I don't know why I was sat there waiting on my own for the AccessAdvisr weekly Christmas meeting.
Oh, okay. I think that was the Google link, and I emailed you this link later to join the live. So
I got there in the end. So happy Christmas, everybody.
Happy Christmas to everyone.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Yeah, so Rob, we're just giving an introduction of Anna-Marie about Toucan Diversity. So I wanted to ask you, give an introduction to our audience about AccessAdvisr.
Okay, well, AccessAdvisr, it's something that I've been working on for a very long time. It's still quite a very small business, and it's about a lot of different platforms trying to improve accessibility for disabled people. And it's run by me, a disabled person, And we've got a website where people can review accessibility. We've got social media like Facebook and Instagram where we can talk about disability and accessibility. And so what it is, it's an inclusive brand, and we want it to be run by disabled people for disabled people. And I'll just say I'm also chair of Toucan Diversity, which is a wonderful organization.
Thank you, Rob. And you know that this is a special event. So what we wanted to do is to talk about what we have done so far and what we are planning for the next year. And to all the viewers, if you're watching this live webinar, I'm Dr. 𝗘𝗃𝗲𝐻, and I have Anna Mary Ascari and Rob Trent, and we're going to be discussing what we have done. So set the scene for myself. I'm CEO and founder of Time Research and Innovation, and we have different brands under our umbrella. One of them is GenZ Marketing Agency, and GenZ Marketing Agency, we support innovators, we support SMEs and corporation enterprises with tailored specific services. So if you're in the market and if you're in a business, if you need anything like fractional sales directors, fractional, specifically fractional development, web developments, and any other technological needs, we cater for that. And we're working closely with Anna Mary and Rob Trent to support them, as well as work together to create a support bubble where people will feel comfortable, where people will think about, okay, they have a good future. And we are working together in the southeast of UK, specifically Hampshire, and as well as we work for global organizations in the US and other parts of the world. So today, I just wanted to ask you a question to Anna Mary. It's going to be the same question to you, Rob.
Okay.
First thing, I want ask Anna Mary, could you please share a success story that you are so proud of this year?
Yeah, I mean, we have done lots of different sessions this year, but in particular with one organizations where you know, all the staff had attended the training, and we are still, you know, in touch with them if they've got any accessibility issues or questions, and you know, so I mean, they're really part of our journey. So we're so proud of having that kind of contact, because everything really is about relationships and you know, staying in tune with the organizations and being there. I mean, so that we are part of their journey. But we also held for the first time our own stakeholder event. And we celebrated disability in a format which is very rarely done, and that we held the event on the International Day for Disabled People on the 3rd of December, and that was really lovely. It was really great to see that we had 23 organizations in the room with us, listening at our impact and the work we have done so far, you know, for the local community, but also for the wider community.
Thank you, Anna Mary. Similar way, Rob, could you please specifically share the success stories for this year?
Okay, well, I think it's been quite a quiet year for AccessAdvisr. We've been going along without much growth over the last couple of years, and that's down to mainly to the fact that it's just been me working on it, and you know, I've got other things that I needed to do as well. I think the success story for me is starting to work with Dr. Shah to rebuild AccessAdvisr, and we've already had one success in that we've brought on Pressolit as a partner to AccessAdvisr, and now we're looking to start the new year with a new website, a new look and feel, and we want more partners to come on board. So we've had one small success, but it's blooming hard work, and we're going to enjoy Christmas, and then we're going to take off in the new year, and I'm fully confident that we will.
Thank you very much, Rob Trent. As to all the viewers that if you're watching this live webinar, as you know that we work together in the local space, because the mostly what I have identified myself, that all these small organization, even it is a charitable organization or it is a limited company, they have they have less resources, they have less funding, and they wanted to acquire more space, more funding to work better. So with Toucan Diversity, the work they are doing for the community is different than other organizations, because training is a core thing for anyone in the world. So when you have a specifically disable oriented training, that will enable you to know about your rights, that will enable you to know what people think about you, that will enable you to have a common understanding of disabled people. So that's the way Toucan Diversity is supporting the current community in the Southeast and in the UK. And if I talk about the AccessAdvisr, that's like a global initiative to give people accessibility information, because nowadays, the big the big corporations, they have funding. So they have accessibility information embedded to their website and to their campaign, all those things. But medium or small size businesses, they don't have any accessibility information that much. That way they can support individuals like those people, they have accessibility needs. In that space, AccessAdvisr is supporting, and AccessAdvisr is getting reviews. So we have like 3,000 reviews on our website. And as Rob said, that we are rebranding the website, and we will have a full pleasant website in the new year. And we want Toucan Diversity as well as AccessAdvisr. We want your support to support us, funding, support us with different varieties of things. So if you are watching this live webinar, please contact us specifically with Toucan Diversity website or AccessAdvisr website, or you can directly contact Anna Mary and Rob Trent or me to support us in this space. So Anna Mary, my next question, with the impact you have made in the space, the last, I would say, nearly more than 8 years, isn't it? In that space, I just wanted to ask you as well, because you have a backstory of Toucan Diversity. If you could tell a little bit about that, why you are doing this for people.
Okay. Well, my daughter set up Toucan Diversity in 2013, so it's quite a while now, because she couldn't access any normal employment. I mean, she had huge problems. She was sending out lots of different application forms, and at that time you had to put on your application form that you had some kind of disability, whatever, so she was a wheelchair user. But she not only had, obviously, the disability, as but she also had issues from a gender, because she was a female, plus she has ethnic name. So she had quite a few things going against her in getting some kind or some form of employment. So she decided then that she would create her own venture, and she got in touch with me saying, can you help me setting up a business? She didn't want a charity, so we went down the social enterprise route. She didn't want the charity because of the charity model has got some real negative implications for disabled people in general. So we went down the social enterprise route, and that's how we started. And we had, from the word go, she roped quite a few other disabled people in, like autistic friends of hers and sight-impaired friends. So she set up the structure of making sure that the trainers were accredited. So that's how it started off. And then in 2020, she passed away. And so we decided to carry on with her legacy. So that's where we are now. So
that's a great story, Anna Mary, and thank you very much for your contribution for such a long time. I will ask the same question to Rob Trent, because those you are watching this live webinar, you might not know that Rob Trent is a national figure in the UK, I would say. He's been interviewed for his work. He's a mouth print artist, I would say, if I'm saying it right, Rob.
Yeah, that's right.
And he creates amazing sketches. It's amazing. So could you please tell us a little bit about those work, and as well as why you have come up with this accessibility AccessAdvisr?
Okay, I think it's really important, that people can see the story behind sort of like Toucan and AccessAdvisr. There are real reasons why we do it, and there are personal reasons, and it's heartfelt. That when I grew up, accessibility was poor. It's got better, but there is still a long way to go. And I used to get frustrated at being able to go to places or not being able to go to places and finding them difficult to get into. And so about a dozen years ago, I started AccessAdvisr just as a website, just as a place where it could be like TripAdvisor and anyone could say how they felt accessibility was at a certain place. And I've just grown into it, I guess. And as more social media platforms have come along, I've tried to get AccessAdvisr a presence on there. And I don't want it just to be about us or disabled people reviewing things. I'd like AccessAdvisr to raise enough money to be able to, where necessary, support organizations in making improvements, either financially or through the knowledge of disabled people that come on board with that AccessAdvisr. I think it'd be nice to set up a little fund somewhere that we could, if someone had an accessibility issue that they weren't getting support from, AccessAdvisr could step in and provide that support. And we can all say, tut, you shouldn't be doing that. Why are you doing that when the government should be doing it? But if they're not, then, rather than let someone who is suffering from accessibility and inclusion issues, let's see if we can help them. And that's where I want AccessAdvisr to be, by disabled people, for disabled people. And Anne-Marie talked about Medissa and the problem facing employment. And I think, that's also something that needs to be addressed. Organizations like Toucan are raising awareness and doing a fantastic job at doing that. And let's try and improve accessibility to the employment market. We're told disabled people are lazy, then we're told, why should we sort of support you in work? And when we do get to work, the government's now taking away access to work. So that's my little rant for the moment.
Thank you, Rob. And I think you didn't touch about your painting. I just specifically wanted to know and let people know about the excellent work you do.
I'm very shy, obviously, you can tell. No, seriously, I've been painting full-time since about 2018 when I retired from Ordnance Survey. I'd been painting when I was working full-time, but that was at weekends or an evening, and that's obviously quite difficult to maintain and make any improvement. So when I retired, I had this studio built, and it is a lovely studio at the bottom of our garden, and I come down here every day, occasionally to FaceTime with Dr. Shah and Anne-Marie, but also to do some paintings. And I've had Christmas cards published, and I've got pictures in calendars, and I just got through the post yesterday. One of my cards is now going out this year in Norway, and I learned that another one's going in Germany. So I love painting. It's a very sort of commercial art. I'm not in it for the artistic pain and suffering. I'm in it to bring joy to people, and hopefully when they get through my cards through the door, they'll love them.
Thank you very much, Rob and Anne-Marie. We're going to be diving into some more discussion about the work that you do, as well as how we can support the local community as well as national and international community so far. So I think Toucan Diversity, if I ask you, Anne-Marie, that you have a future plan for next year. So would you please share some of it, how you wanted to contribute more to the disabled community in the 2026?
Yeah, we want to increase our trainers. So anybody who has a disability or lived experience of a disability and would like to get involved with us, please get in touch. We have a training academy where we nurture our trainers, we would like them to be accredited TQ UK level 3 as a minimum. But also we, in our academy, we provide elocution lesson, confidence building, and we have academic lectures usually lined up. So we only have one, a pilot scheme once, but we would like to extend it. But we also would like to extend it to other disabled volunteers who can come on board on Toucan, who help us with content writing, marketing, with any kind of form, where we then would also get professional people to support that process, give lectures on, how to set up, because I mean, the content writing is used for our courses. So, and then also training on our digital, the LMSs, which we have. So it would be, so that's what we would like to extend. So it's the training academy, which was originally set up for our trainers, but we would like to extend it for other volunteers to come along so that they get, to benefit from that too. And that would maybe, in return, give them a better footing in the employment market if they wish, and support as well. So yeah, and that's quite, unique, because there's nothing like that in the UK. So there is a lot of emphasis for people with learning disabilities to get them into employment, but actually nothing is shifting from the gap with all these years and years of government spending, to get them into work. So it's very stagnant. So that it's obviously working for some people, but not for the wider disabled community. So yeah, there's definitely room for improvement. So that's what we're planning, but we're also planning to get much more digitalized, so that our courses, especially the online courses, are more available to wider public, because at the moment they're very much localized. But we would like to get further into the UK with our very specialized courses, because they're all designed and written by people with a lived experience.
Thank you, Anna Mary, and the great work you do. And I specifically engaged with Anna Mary, and as well as I attended many of their events. And the special thing that I wanted to do this year, but due to my other business commitments, I was away from the UK for a couple of months. And that time it took place, the jumping from the sky. That was amazing. That was amazing. And I would definitely join next time if I'm in the UK. Can you tell a bit more about that, please?
Yeah, because we are dependent on, our trading is quite limited, and we experience also bias as an organization, with other grant giving organization, because there is a so we from very early on we started creating events in order to raise our funds, in order to exist. So we have got, every year we have an upsailing event, which is because we're based in Portsmouth, we have got this iconic Spinnaker Tower. It's an amazing way of raising funds for us. So we often have 5 to 10 upsailers coming down, the Spinnaker Tower, but we also offer places in skydiving. So that's, again, a unique experience, and we encourage disabled people as well to partake. And the same with the Great South Run. So it's all about inclusion. Every single penny goes, towards the work we do. So yeah, if you have got any, if you're ever thinking of doing something, if it's on your bucket list and you would like to do it, yeah, just get in touch with us, because we would love to have you as part of our skydivers, upsailers, or runners. Yes, get in touch.
Thank you very much. So if you are thinking to join some challenges in the Portsmouth areas, or if you leave any parts of the UK, you can join Toucan Diversity with different challenges, as well as raise funds for Toucan Diversity. Thank you, Anna Mary, for sharing your stories. I just wanted to jump into Rob Trends, because we have recorded last week some of our roadmap that we are doing for 2026 together. And Rob, I wanted to ask you, we have a extensive roadmap for 2026. could you please share how we're going to be supporting AccessAdvisr through AccessAdvisr to create more reviews and disable accessible places on our website?
Okay, so what we plan to do, and we're going to relaunch the AccessAdvisr website sometime in January. And what we want to do is have a big relaunch. We've already got Press Elite come back on board, and we've got Hex Productions that are also partnering with us. So things are starting to take off even before January. What we want to do is increase our partners so we can work with more companies. We can sort of raise money through our 3 packages that we've got, sponsorship packages. And what we also want to do is set up some fundraisers as well. And as I mentioned, there may be some places where we can support other disabled people by improving their accessibility. But over the next couple of months, we want to set up the website, get it going, get the new look website up and running so people can add reviews and look for places on our new website. We've also got our YouTube channel, which I'm absolutely delighted with. We've had over 1 million views on that. We've got over 2,000 subscribers, and we're adding content all the time. So, that's one place where we want to get people engaging with us. And if you've got an accessibility video you want to share with us, you can't do any worse than send it into us, and we'll plug it for you. We'll mention your name and your business. And we've got over 2,000 subscribers, 1 million views. It's great. So, that's where our roadmap is really going now. That's our next focus, the website and YouTube, and bringing in donations so we can grow and employ disabled people.
Thank you very much, Rob. And to all the viewers, as you know, that we have a great roadmap with AccessAdvisr, because in 2026, we wanted to go out of our comfort zone. That comfort zone is to challenge ourselves. So that challenge we are creating now is to work with you. If you're a disabled person, or if you're a non-disabled person, but you have friends, family, disabled people, you wanted to share your stories, you will have a place on our routine promos, on our routine podcast, on our routine YouTube channels, and all our social media. So get ready. And if you wanted to share your story, we're going to be bringing you to thousands of our viewers and as well as subscribers and people. They care about accessibility. So if you're a business and you wanted to support us, we are here, and we will work with you to extend your reach to the root levels, because I think, as we discussed earlier, there is a bureaucracy in the government. So they are working and they are very slow. So that's why, as Rob said earlier, that we wanted to create something for disabled people. And if you're waiting, maybe for accessibility, maybe for any other things from local government help or national government help, why don't we create a organization where we can support you with? So your every penny will be spent on disable accessibility and as well as training together. So Toucan Diversity here to support with training, and AccessAdvisr is support with you all other things. And we are mixed community, so we work together to support the national, local, and global communities. So thank you, Anna Marie and Rob Trent, for joining this live webinar. I have a few more questions to ask, and if you have any more questions, please feel free to ask us through the comment box on LinkedIn or any other social media, because we are broadcasting in Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, all together. And if you have any question, feel free to ask us if you want to have a specific question to answer. But before I jump on my next question, I wanted to ask Anna Mary, disability and learning, why it is so important for people to understand the disability inclusion as well as know about disabled people?
Yeah, I mean, 73% of disabled customers experience barriers on more than 1 in 4 website, for instance, but also just barriers when they go for shopping. And 83% actually of disabled people, these are all stats from the ONS. 83% of people who will only shop at the places which they know are accessible, the website they know are accessible for them. So that means that so many disabled customers are not using the wider opportunities which are out there for them, or it is a very narrow opportunity for them to shop or to go. So they know exactly where they go. They do their research beforehand. And so it makes complete business sense to make sure that your website is accessible. That's the first step people have got to take. And it's now the law. I mean, if people can actually take you to court if you're not accessible. So, and you miss out on business opportunities if you're not. So that's the first step you as an organization should do. But then also, when you have got disabled customers, you need your staff to be trained up, on how to treat and not to feel awkward around disabled people. It makes complete business sense to go down that route. Don't miss out, because there's not millions, billions, of parents which are missed this way. So, yeah.
Thank you, Nimeri. To Rob, accessibility, okay? Common barriers to accessibility. You talk about, government bureaucracy and barriers there. But apart from that, are there any common barriers for accessibility that you have noticed a few last 2-3 decades of your working, being a disabled person, as well as supporting a disabled person with accessibility?
I think there are still common barriers in place. I mean, if I think about maybe 30 years ago, it was impossible to get on a train without sitting in the guard's van. Buses were completely inaccessible, and the only cabs you could actually go in were sort of the black cabs in London. So taking the trains, things have got better. You now have compartments where you can sit in the same carriage as everyone else. You can sit with your friends. Sometimes there is luggage in the way that people put in the way, but the guards will more often than not come and ask them to move. Buses, you can now get on most buses, and in London, obviously London, things are much better. It's got electric ramps, and they're automatic, and most of the time the drivers will pick you up. I've not had any drivers drive off yet, but I'm sure it'll happen sometime. So the barriers are still there, but I think in my lifetime things have got better. But I will say that I think there is a pushback now on some of those barriers, and it's up to us as disabled people to, if you like, push back against that pushback. We need to be strong, and we need to stand up for what we think, because if society disables us through poor accessibility, then we're not able to make that meaningful contribution, and that goes on in terms of employment, it goes on in terms of transport and other ways. So I think we have to be strong and push back.
Thank you, Rob. And we have a question from Salodin, and he asked, why is Christmas a meaningful time to talk about diversity, inclusion, and accessibility? I think that's a very good question, because when we have like Christmas or New Year or some of the events, we talk about this, or Disability Week or something like that. But why we don't do this usual, apart from the dedicated time? We should be talking about this all the time, aren't we, Anna Mary?
Yeah, I mean, Christmas is a special time to take stock and actually think about it. But also, you may have a disabled family member coming to your family, and for the first time, maybe they have acquired a disability, and you have to think about, different ways of accommodating them. Or there is so much out there. Also, children who are neurodivergent and have got different behaviors, and how to accommodate them. And Christmas is normally a time to get together. I mean, it's true. It should be, for us, it is not just about Christmas. It's about every single day. So, but it is a time where, yeah, it may come into your home much more, where you have to think, okay, do I have to get a ramp now? Because, my aunt is a wheelchair user, and how do we get her in that, because you will think about that, because it's maybe the time, the one time in the year where, families are getting together more so than any other time. From the Christianity point of view, obviously that reflects other religions as well in the same way, for whatever they celebrate and whenever they celebrate. So yeah, most definitely.
Thank you, Emily. What about Rob? Why is Christmas or specific time? Not why not every day of the year?
I think every day is the meaningful time to talk about Christmas. But if you're looking at Christmas in particular, there's this big focus on inclusion and bringing people together. And I think, can you bring people together if you're excluding them through poor accessibility? Can you have a works Christmas party if that's truly inclusive and accessible if you've decided to hold it on the first floor of a restaurant? Is Christmas really accessible for disabled people if you're excluding them from buildings and they can't get it? So, this is a time to include everyone. So it is special, but all year round is important for people. I don't think that just Christmas things should be accessible for me. I think they could be accessible all year round, and it's up to society to try and find ways to make that happen.
Thank you, Rob, and thank you, Anna Mary. As you know that, yes, I have a mixed emotion about Christmas, being a Muslim person, and it's not like that we don't celebrate it. We do go for shopping, we do go for friends and family, all those things. But I see it in a different way, because accessibility or disability is embedded to me. Why? I have these problems. Yeah, the time the time I will die, it will go away. But before that, I'm with a person with disability. So it's all year round, like Anna Mary and like Rob Trent. We work every day for training or accessibility, all those things. But it could be special for those people. They are non-disabled. They are not disabled, and they can think about this specific time in Christmas time or any other time to maybe reflect on what they do, maybe reflect on how they can create a significant contribution. As Rob said, a special day, you need to bring all community together and celebrate the specific time, celebrate the specific day. So it's not like Christmas. It's a specific way that everyone should work on disability and inclusion. It should be year round, and there are many organizations in our community, they work year round. So thank you very much for your questions. I have next questions. What's the main purpose for this Christmas special, and how did AccessAdvisr, GenZ, and Toucan Diversity choose together for this come together for this collaboration?
Well, I'm happy to go first.
Yes, please.
I just think the main purpose is just to wish everybody an accessible Christmas. And, we're here still working at trying to make things better for disabled people. How did we come together? Well, I think we came together probably through LinkedIn initially. So I think Anne-Marie and I first contacted each other. I was so impressed by what Toucan was doing and sort of followed them, and then I ended up sort of taking on the role of chair for a while, and still am there, and I'm hoping that we can keep going into the new year. And then through Anne-Marie, I think I came across Dr. Shah, and now we're all in this big, happy, inclusive family for Christmas and for the whole year ahead, and maybe many more years ahead. Let's keep it going and see where we can go. That's my idea of why we came together.
Thank you, Rob. Anna-Marie?
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar to what Rob was saying. I mean, you come across individuals who you really connect with, and you also think, okay, they might be able to help us as an organization to university further our aims. And that really happened with Rob. And then I came across Dr. 𝗘𝗃𝗲 𝗃𝐃𝐲𝐻, who is now helping and supporting Toucan. So and I think having a Christmas special, there's always time for a Christmas special. So Merry Christmas to all of you out there, and or holiday season, because I know there's so many people who don't believe on Christmas, but they still are happy to celebrate and whatever. So and I really, enjoy this collaboration, because we're learning so much from each other, because everybody's lived experience is different. Thank you so much, for setting this up.
Thank you, Anna-Marie and Rob. And for myself, I would say it's about common feelings of supporting individuals or disabled people. I think those organizations that I work with, or Anna-Marie or Rob work with, we have a common goal to support the disability, because we are organization run by disabled people, and we think about disability 24/7. Every day of the year, every minute, every hours. So we have a common characteristics to support each other, and that characteristics brings us together. There are other organizations that we work with. We don't want to get their name now. It will be too long to discuss about them, but we will bring them in New Year. Next year, many of our live events with Anna-Marie and as well as with Rob Trent. So what we wanted to do, we wanted to support each other to create a sustainable community for the future, where you will know about disability, and as well as you will learn about accessibility. So as a disabled person myself, I also require accessibility information, because some places that I go, I have physical disability, which is not seen. And which is not visible, I would say. And sometimes people misjudge me, like, okay, they raise their eyebrows as a normal person, why he needs accessibility, because some of the disabilities is not visible. And I used to use a stick. After my brain tumor surgery, I become weak in my left side, but I have to throw my stick away, because I was, people bullied me, and it was very tough for me to as a person moving with a stick. And that's the normal thing. If you think about people, they are in wheelchair, that's even more harder for them, because people normally in the community, there are some people, they don't behave or act like, okay, they should support disabled people. So that's why I think we have common barriers, and we wanted to work together to support each other with these common barriers. So thank you everyone for asking your questions. We are nearly end of our session. We just have 2 minutes. In these 2 minutes, I just wanted to ask Anna-Marie first, can you share specifically, if you have any asks to our viewers, how they can help and support Toucan diversity?
Yeah, get in touch, follow us on LinkedIn. We have a business page. Just check us out, or just book some time with us. Our team will, be very happy to showcase the work we do. And we'd love to be part of your journey. We would love to hear from you. So, yes, please do get in touch.
Rob?
Yeah, I'd just like to say that, we are growing. We're getting more companies come on board, and we're going to start fundraising so that AccessAdvisr can grow, but also that we can help support disabled people in the community. So come on board. When you see our website launch, you can get involved by becoming a partner, or you can get involved by donating. But if you want to get involved by coming and doing some work for us, please let us know. We need all the skills we can because, you know, at the moment we're still a very small organization and we need you, to be honest. Let's be honest and say we need you out there to help us. And apart from that, Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Anna Marie, and thank you, Rob, and thank you, everyone. So for myself, I'm working with many organizations in the UK and globally. So we create possibilities for the future. So if you need specifically support with your business development, if you're a charitable organization, you have a vision for the future generation, and as well as supporting your local community, national community, or global community, I'm there to support you. So we are all combined together our knowledge to support the community in a specific way. You might not support, you might have a different vision, or you might have a different different type of work you wanted to do with the community. That doesn't matter. We can support you with any vision that you have for the disabled community or for the country. So thank you everyone for joining today's live webinar, and we're going to be saying bye-bye to everyone, and we will welcome you in January with another episode of our AccessAdvisr and Token Diversity live webinar. We will bring guests and wish you all a happy, very nice Christmas, and as well as a new year.
Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Frohe Weihnachten.